Oh. Mario. Bro, hold up. Hold up, chat. Are you sad? Why would I be sad? I'm trying to play this game. Hold up. What the heck? Damn, I have to find a new streaming service. All right. Bro is staring at the screen like a dumbass. Yup. Hey Jaden, hold on. Let me get this goofy boy out of here. Can you do Tor? Let me get this dude up out of here too. Let me get all the, all right, there we go. We got all the goofies out of here. I just had to get him out real quick. That's it. I ain't got time for the stupidity. I ain't got time for it today. Not today. Not today, chap. I ain't got time for it. I ain't got time for the stupid games. Ali Akbar. Oh, gotta get him out of here too. Gotta get him out of here. Gotta get the Muhammad terrorists out of here. Oh, got him. Got him with the bing bing. Got him with the bing bing. Something you must have happened Friday that cooked you over the weekend. Now you're back being salty. Nah, they came in and they was cooking Torres. Now I don't got time for stupidity. I ain't got time for the Muslims and their president. The president's who what's his name? Saddam Hussein. Hey yo, y'all remember when CNN played that video of Saddam getting hung? They played it on CNN. You guys remember that? When they played the video of Saddam Hussein being hung. They played that on national television. The reason I'm saying this, dude, because I'm reading this book called the Billionaire Who Wasn't, and they were talking about the Gulf War, and I didn't know what the Gulf War was about, so I looked it up, and it's when Iraq invaded Kuwait, and the president at the time was Saddam Hussein. That dude said, "Why is this staring at a screen like a dump?" Yup, and I mean he got kicked. Anyways. They hung him. They hung him because he was killing his own people in his own country. He was killing his own people in his own country. So they hung him for, I think they call it humanitarian crisis, something like that. He had like genocide his people, murdered them, and then did like chemical warfare against them, like some real like heinous things. He found the water. What are you talking about? He got. That's why he got hung for it. He got hung in his own country for that. If you go look it up, look at the massacres. Bro, you I know what. All right, I gotta. All right. I gotta ban I gotta ban the idiots. I gotta ban the people who don't read. If you're not reading, you come in here with the what's the mindset? I have a homie who's like this. The Illuminati mindset. You gotta get out of here. What's the word for it? It's I think conspiracy theorist. That's what Trevino's good. He's a conspiracy theorist. That's what he is. But I just read this online. You know, there's always somebody with the conspiracy theories. This is the real reason why this happened. Bunch of Alex Joneses in here. Boy's Alex Jones's nephew. That's what it is. Anyways, who's in here still, bro? Who is in here? Bro, I had 0 people because I didn't stream for 3 days. I didn't stream for 3 days. Now YouTube is punishing me by sending no traffic my way. Damn, YouTube. So anyways, back to the conversation, the Gulf War, when the oh, hold up, what was that? Hold up. Anna. Bro, what's his name? He get traded to every Schroeder. He get traded to every team. This is a rough year for him. Dennis Schroeder getting traded to every team. Bro, getting traded. Fan, what's up? I remember you. I remember you. I remember you, but I don't remember. I don't remember how I remember you. I remember that name though. The name. Irfan. Irfan. Irfan, what's up? Bro, this stream sucks. This stream sucks, bro. What's up, Irfan? Oh, got him. Hit that beat. Do you support us to have war with Iran? Do you support us? Who is us? Who is us? Do you support us to have war with Iran? Bro, I don't support anything Donald Trump is doing. Deer. What is deer? What does deer mean? What does deer mean? What? Hello. What does deer mean? What does deer mean? I got braces today. It hurts. Oh yeah, braces suck. They suck. I'm gonna tell you the process was gonna happen. When you get braces, the process of going through braces sucks because they put a lot of pressure on your teeth and you can't eat, especially when you first get them tightened. You can't eat for like the first week, but then it gets better. This is what's gonna happen. You're gonna get braces, and then when you get your braces off, You're just gonna feel like the best days in your life. You have like a pretty smile, but that pretty smile is only gonna last as far as you let it, because you have to wear your retainers every day. The moment you stop wearing your retainers, your teeth are gonna shift, and that's probably gonna happen within 2 years. After you get your braces off, your teeth are gonna shift because you're not gonna want to wear your retainers because it's gonna become super annoying to wear your retainer every day. It's gonna come annoying as hell, and then you're gonna get to a point where you don't even want straight teeth anymore because you no longer care about straight teeth anymore because you're no longer in high school. That's what's gonna happen. It's an animal. Hey yo, fan, don't airhead, don't get kicked out. Don't get kicked out, bro. So that's what's gonna happen. It happens to everybody. When I had braces, the same shit. The same shit. Anyways, what else? What are your guys' other comments? What other comments do we have in the chat? What other comments do we have in the chat? You live in the U.S.? Yes, I live in the U.S. Why do you not live in the U.S.? Bro, what the hell? This stream is ass, bro. Stream is ass. I like braces because I get to eat soft food like ice cream and yogurt. Am I the only one watching your streams? No. You get to eat fatty foods like ice cream. Yeah. Your teeth are gonna rot for sure. You sound like you don't brush your teeth. Breezy fan, you sound like you don't brush your teeth. And your teeth are just gonna fall out. That's what you sound like. Eating all that sugary stuff while you have braces is crazy. You're gonna have holes in your teeth. Bro, that. What are you doing? Mister, my name, not fan. What are you talking about? No one's, yo, who? Air fan. Musa, whatever your name is. Goofy boy. Not a fanger kicks 90% of his viewers because they roast him. This is why I hates Mr. Salty. Mr. Vino. What are you doing? Mr. Vino. Oh, with the Rick and that has you shook. Nobody shook. I'm not a goofy. No, you for sure a goofy. You the biggest goofy in here. The biggest goofy in here. That's what it is. Yo, you know what's crazy? You could marry a girl today. You could marry a girl today, right? Become a billionaire tomorrow. And if y'all divorce, she takes like a good portion, at least like $100 million. She takes like at least $100 million away from you. And then if you have kids, it's like another 40 million. That's the bro. That shit is so bizarre to me. Reason I'm saying that, I read that in this book, dude. This dude Chuck Feeney became a billionaire in the '80s. He married this girl before he became a billionaire. Became a billionaire, and then when he divorced her, she took all his houses. He had like 20 luxury homes. She took all of that plus like another like 60 million, and then there was like a 40 million like charity account or some shit like that she had access to or some shit like that. Something crazy. And the billionaire who had all this money didn't even care because he was the one that was working 7 days a week in order to obtain this wealth. And he didn't care because you do when you have all this money, you have a lot of people coming after you. They have like the government and just people trying to like seek out information about you to exploit you because you have all this money. So the saying goes, more money, more problems is usually true. And if you read a biography or autobiography from a billionaire, you'll see what I'm saying. Anyways, he didn't care that the wife took all the money from him because it was a pain in the ass to like upkeep. He didn't care, but the wife was a splurging with it. The girl who didn't do nothing to obtain her wealth, just I don't even know what she did to be honest. But anyway, she that's how she made her fortune. She married a billionaire, and she was just living life splurging. While the dude, the billionaire who obtained everything, he didn't care that he was losing his wealth. That's crazy. Three taking the log cabin. Yes, so I could look like sound like you didn't sleep. And yes, so what are you talking about? I read that in the book. It's just crazy how just like women they could just take you. I think that there's a saying for it called "they take you to the cleaners." If you're a billionaire, if you're somebody with a lot of money and you're married to somebody, they take you to the cleaners. You and three definitely got into a big fight. You're a clown. Nobody got into a fight. I was just telling you what I was reading. Just telling you what I was reading. That's all. You and 350, but it's crazy, bro. What is your guys' take on that? Do you guys think it's okay that women can take half your portion, half your fortune? If you guys go to court, you guys get a divorce. Have sick and you're salty, something happening. I take it, say sorry. Or you look different. You sound exhausted. Definitely not exhausted. But you know what the court's gonna say though, and and despite of her defense, they're gonna say, well, this woman stood by you the whole time while you were making your fortune, while she could have been out there making her fortune. So now that she sacrificed her livelihood to be with you, now you have to give her half of your fortune. That's what the court's gonna say. And it's just a big ass what if. That's what that is. You say I look different. How do I look different? Please tell me how I look different. How do I look different? Please tell me. Look, Hasek is crazy. Why did three drop me from the label after I dropped the best song ever? Because I was doing something. That's why I couldn't be on for them 3 days. That's why I couldn't be on. I was doing something. They That's what it was. Three days silence tell us what doing something means. Fighting with his girl, having to move furniture around the house. Yep, you're right. That's what I was doing. Moving furniture around the house. Throwing her big body behind over the sofa. And then jumping over the sofa and saying, "Get up." That's what I was doing. Where's Muwei at? I can't wait to cook him, bro. Can't wait to cook him and his president. Cook him and his president. Yo, tell me why. Last night, GG's. All right, GG. Yo, tell me why last night I ate this pizza at this pizza shop right up the street. It's I forget the name, bro. I was eating it last night. That shit was so disgusting, bro. Like it's really hard. It's really hard to mess up pizza. But yo, this pizza was so gross. Chat, I was eating this pizza. I was eating this pepperoni pizza. It was a deep dish pizza. I was eating it, bro. And halfway into it, I kid you not, bro. I seen the nearest like garbage bag or plastic bag that I had on the table, and just threw it all up in the bag. Like this shit is so disgusting. Like why did I buy this? And it's one of them things where like there's so many like shops in Chicago because you live in the city. There's so many shops. So when I was on like a walk or walking a dog, I seen this pizza shop. I'm like, oh, we should try this pizza shop. Ended up going the next day to buy some pizza, like a slice. This shit was ass, bro. That pizza was gross, bro. Yo, cheeks, buns, bro. I took a risk, bro. I should have just ate McDonald's. I should have just ate McDonald's, bro. I was low key thinking about a double cheeseburger. Like, remember the double cheeseburgers off like the dollar menu? I was like low key thinking about that. And I was thinking about loaded carne asada fries. I was looking for a shop that sells carne asada fries. I was looking for it. I found one right up the street. But I don't know if it's any good though. I don't know if it's any good, chat. And then, yo, when I was at the pizza shop, this dude pissed me off, bro. Tell me how we get to the pizza shop and I'm walking the dog and I'm with my girl walking the dog. We go to the pizza shop. They see the dog. They go outside and ask if they could give they could give a cheap ass, nasty ass treat to my dog, and I'm like, oh no, thank you, we're good. He looks at me and then looks at my girl and goes, can I give this to your dog? I'm like, nigga, no, nigga, I just told you no. Like, you think she's gonna like say yes, and even if she says yes, like, yo, I'm smacking it out your hand, bro. Bro, I was so fed up, bro. If just say my girl said yes, bro, yo, say I'm not even joking, bro. Like, say if she just say yeah, like you give it to my dog, I was gonna take it off the dude's hand, throw it right back into the delivery window, and smack the other dog treats off the tray, and just walk out. Like, bro, like what are you doing, bro? You think I'm playing? Like, I said no. Like, you try to go play mommy and dad. That's so disrespectful, bro. Because it's so disrespectful because it tries to cause division between the two, me and my girl. I say one thing and she says no. Like, you're trying to cause strife and division. Like, bro, like that shit is mad disrespectful. Bro, I was gonna, yo, I'm not even joking. Yo, I was gonna, was he older? Older guy? No, he was a fat, old, I guess he was fat. I don't know how old he was. He was just fat, bro. And it was like, yo, it was like a, like, you know, like the drive-through windows when you like poke your head out. There was a thing of dog treats there, and it was like, some these are cheap ass treats. He goes and say, "Hey, can we give a treat to the pup?" And I'm like, "No, nigga, that's just cheap." I'm like, no, like I take care of my dog. I don't know what you feed your dog, some bullshit like you, cause you like a heavy set, fat power lifter type bod. You that type of body, but how do you know they're cheap, bro? Because I've been raised around dogs my whole life. That's why. And I've seen that treat before. And it's the treat that they have in every restaurant. It's like a cheap cardboard. It looks so cheap, bro. If you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But anyway, he had his fat body self outside like the drive-through window, and he tried to get the treat there. And I said no, like I said. But anyways, there was a basket full of these treats that he had outside, and I already had my mind set. If he would have said yeah, I was gonna grab that treat, throw it right back to the drive-through window, and then smack the rest of the dog treats on the floor and just walk off, bro. I'm like, no, like, like, don't. Let's not play these games, bro. Let's not play these games, bro. Because I will make. And there was a lot of people in the restaurant too. Like, it's not, bro. That's like mad disrespectful, bro. And it's mad disrespectful. That's what Satan did. That's what Satan did to Eve. He bypassed the husband and went straight to Eve. Because the husband's job is supposed to provide and protect. So he bypasses the husband and goes to Eve and whispers deceitful things in her ears. That's what he was doing, bro. And that's what pissed me off. Like, bro, I was, yo. Oh, yeah, yo. I was walking home with the pizza after I purchased it, bro. I was thinking that, like, bro, that shit pissed me off. Like, that was so serpent like. You slippery, slippery fat snake. Muwei. Saddam Hussein has entered the chat. Yo, you know the reason as opposite to walking home with a pizza without huh? As opposed to walking home with a pizza without purchasing it. What are you talking about? Without purchasing it. I purchased the pizza. He didn't do it. But he was though. I don't know what like you think I don't steal. I don't do that. I don't steal pizzas. And I would have walked home without a pizza. So I don't know what you're talking about, bro. But yeah, I mean that's how people are, bro. They try to create division. And if I don't know why he did that. I really don't know why he did that. Don't know. Coherent sentences. Breathe. Take a deep. Try again. Hey yo, hold up. How about you try again? God is us. God is us. How about you try again tomorrow? Try again tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Come again tomorrow. Come again tomorrow. How about that? Get this dumbass out of here. Talking about coherent sentences, bro. You made no sense. Talking about walking home with a stolen pizza. He wanted me to walk home with stolen pizza. Like, was he not listening to the whole spiel? Retardo. Walk home with stolen pizza. Who goes to the pizza shop and just steals 2 slices of pizza? Goofy. You must be a fat, short white boy. That's what it is. That's what it is, sir. Yo, Muwe, yo, your president 20 years ago got hung. He got hung in Iraq. You remember that video in 2006 when they hung Saddam Hussein? They broke his neck on national television. You know what's so crazy too, though? What's so crazy is that while they put the noose around his neck and they tightened it, he was saying out loud or rechanting I think what's it called, the shahada, saying that there's no God, only but God. Bro, you're going to hell and you're praying to Allah. He's in hell too. You're praying to the devil. He was chanting the shahada. Oh my goodness, goofy. He was chanting the Shahada. Bro. He's burning. He is burning big time. Burning big time. Him and Allah right now they're in hell, in the pit of hell, tap dancing. They're tap dancing in hell. Yo, Muwe. Your president was killing people like you. How do you feel about that? He was killing his own people. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that, Muwe? Your president. I'm a Christian now. You know what? If that's true, praise God. Praise God that you are. There's only one true God. That's the living God. And that's Jesus Christ. You know, God says, I'm the God of the living. I'm not the God of the dead. You know what he means when he said that? he means when he says that, he says, I am the God of people who have an intimate relationship with me. People who follow me and are obedient to me. I am their God. And those who rebel and are disobedient, who are secular and who are worldly, I am not their God. For they belong to somebody else, the devil. That's what he means when he says that. I am the God of the living. I am the living God. Edgar yelled at a guy for trying to feed Nana some sweet treats. Yes, I did. No, actually, I did. I didn't yell at him. I didn't yell at him. I just that situation when he did that when he did that, like I was gonna be like mad disrespectful, and like you guys think it's hilarious, but that stuff you gotta take serious, because especially if if you're supposed to be the provider and protector of your family, and a guy tries to do that, tries to like ignore what you just said, and just bypasses you and goes to the wife, that's a threat. That's danger. That's what that is. Peanut butter and jelly. I was about to beat the jelly out that dude for sure. Now I wasn't gonna beat him up, but I was definitely gonna like take them dog treats and throw them all over the pizza shop. That's what I was gonna do, and just walk out. That's what I was gonna do, sir. I was for sure gonna do that. If he continued to do what he did, I was gonna do that. That's why he asked 350. He asked me first. He didn't ask 350. He asked me first, and then he like ignored me. He was like, I said no. He said, and then look at 350 like nigga, yes, I said no. There's no need to look at her for it. I already said no. Like, anyways, I'm glad that it happened though. I'm glad he didn't do that though. But anyways, and like live by example, Edgar. Be a good Christian. Damn, be a good Christmas. Yeah, good Christmas. Good job. Be a good Christmas tree. I said Christmas. Yes. Yo. Anyways, Mue, you need to get you one of these. You need to get you one of these. Get you one of these. These gold. Get you one of these, big dog. Get you a Bible and read the Word of God. Oh, ops. Oops. Ops and oops. Yo, I had a dude. Yo, true story. I had a dude when I was in high school. And back when this was like back when the PS3 was popping, back in like 2010, maybe. He said, I heard from a priest that reading the Bible and going to church and praying isn't enough to make it to heaven. To give, yeah, it's not enough. Because what you have to do, the Lord says, if you love me, you'll follow my commandments. If you love me, you'll follow my commandments. So that means you have to follow and listen to what God has told you. Follow his commandments and listen to what he says. So that means turning away from the world, nailing your flesh to the cross, and picking your cross up and following him, and reading his word and seeking him, and just having an intimate relationship with him. That's what that means. So if I'm like, there's Christians out there, dude, who say they're a Christian. They'll put on their Instagram tag, saved by Christ, but then they have an OnlyFans account. And like it's like that's hypocrisy. That's what that is. Basically, there is nothing a human can do on his own to make it to heaven. There's nothing. There's nothing you can do. You're saved by the grace of Jesus Christ. Because your works are filthy rags to him. Your works are filthy rags to him. You have to seek him. Seek him and be obedient to him. Of the what? Gilgamesh tomb. Gilgamesh tomb? No, I haven't heard of it. That's a huge book. I kid you not. This book, man. This book is spiritual bread, spiritual food for your spirit. Every time I read it, dude, it just like it recenters me. It recenters me. Has like this world is passing, and anything and everything in this world does not matter. Like the cars, money, women, clothes, that shit is fleeting. That does not matter. You need to know that there's an expiration date on your life. You're one day you're gonna die here on planet Earth, and you're gonna transition to the next world. Look it up. They are trying to dig him up and revive him with dark magic. I look. I don't know about the dark magic. Because I know dark magic is real. Because I have family members who practice Santeria, and like wicked things happen. Like I have an uncle Christian who dabbles in Santeria like heavily, and I guess my mom told me he has like statues outside of like his businesses to bring in like more customers. I've heard things like people in New Orleans have restaurants, and I think I told you a story. There's like witches in New Orleans because I guess New Orleans is like the second largest voodoo area in the world behind Haiti, and they'll put like goofer dust on top of their door. So when customers open the door, the dust just fall on him. The dust falls on the customer, so the customer gets addicted and keeps coming back. So they have recurrent customers. Heard stories like that. Um, I've heard of plenty of stories about my mom, but I don't know if none of them are real. Yeah, I've heard it on like on a podcast. Like it's called Goofer Does. It says Edgar, hope you're well. Appreciate you, Striker Van Kelly. Appreciate you. I'm good. I'm great. Lord is good. Lord is good. If you can tap into the good, you can 100% tap into the money. I don't know. It's real, dude. Even it's like certain pastors, if you follow them like long enough, or certain pastors and priests, if you follow them like long enough on their social medias, every once in a while they'll throw like a story out there, like a demonic story, like when they were praying for like the deliverance of like their one of their church members, like they're saying like the doorknobs will start to like shake in the room, and things like that, or like you could feel the presence of like of an unclean spirit in the room. There's even stories where they're trying to cast, they're trying to deliver this girl, and like outside in the parking lot, like what's it called, the driveway gate just like starts banging like super hard against the fence, like little things like that. Yo, what about that story that was on the story that was on the Bryce Mitchell podcast? Not Bryce Mitchell. Bryce Mitchell's a UFC fighter. What's his name? I think his name is it Bryce? He's like the Christian kid. Hold on, I gotta look his name up. Bryce. What's his name? Hold on, I have to find his name real quick. Bryce Crawford. He had check the y'all. Bryce Crawford had a rapper and on his channel, and he was interviewing him, and he was talking about like this rapper was trying to get plugged into the industry, and he had met people who are deep in the industry that had like a lot of money, who had like McLarens and had all like the finer things in life. And these people took him up to like a high mountain out in California. And when they were coming down, he requested to go to like McDonald's or something. And he said that the driver, when he was driving him, looked back at him, and his face started to transform into like a demonic figure. Here, I'll play you some of it. And then when he seen that, he knew like this the spiritual shit that's like real. Because I guess these people were telling him, if you want to get rich and famous, you have to let somebody in the industry like peg you. And he was like, "No, I'm not letting it do that. I'm not." Hold up, Bryce with rapper. Let me see. I'm gonna play it. Yeah, I got booked for a photo shoot. They took me all the way up. Can you hear this? I was on top of the mountain. We finished the photo shoot. They having OD cars. Like, they got a 3-seater McLaren. They got a Ferrari. And I'm asking them, like, how y'all get all this money? They're like, we do demonic rituals. I'm laughing. No, you don't, bro. I'm like, how you get this money? Don't put me on. I'm trying to get like y'all. Like, no, we do demonic rituals. I say, so what type of demonic ritual? He said, the Illuminati never talked to you. I'm laughing. I'm still laughing at him. Why y'all playing with me? How y'all getting this money? They're like, no, for real. Leonardo DiCaprio do all that initiation. I'm like, who is that? What is you talking about, gang? He giving me a list of people who all did. I'm gonna keep it PG-13. He was basically saying, either you let them peg you or you do oral, and you'll get whatever you want. Tell them what you want. If you want to be the next big actress, next big whoever, I can take you to somebody. And all you gotta let them do is do what they want to do to you just for a night. That's what he was telling me. I'm like, hell no, I'm playing. So I'm still not trying to believe this. Now, while they doing all this, I'm trying to call my Uber. We on top of the mountain though. I don't got no service. So he was saying, in order to get big and famous inside the industry, is that you have to do demonic rituals. And the rapper, hold up. And the rapper at the time was like, hell not. I don't believe none of y'all. Anyways. People booked me left after that leave. I'm in the car with the other dude that they called up to have a photo shoot with me. I get in the car with him in a 3-seater McLaren. See, on the way up, we go all the way up in the swivel, like all the way around the mountain. Yeah. On the way down, we take a right. So he not going the same way that we came up. I'm like, what the hell? So then that's why I try him. I'm like, take me to go get some McDonald's. He said, we're not gonna take you get no McDonald's. We spent all this money to get you up here. It's face change, gang. In front of me, you see Venom, kind of like that. His face is probably about this wide. Face changed. He said his face distorted and changed in front of him, right? And that's not if you like I said, if you've been following God long enough, you like there's other pastors who say the same thing. When they were trying to deliver somebody, they start to like distort, and their face starts to change until like this demon starts to like to manifest. And it's crazy. He's telling a story. He knows nothing about Jesus. He's just saying like the experience that he had, and the experience that he has aligns with other like pastors saying that like the same exact thing. The same exact thing. So, aspect that like if you can't get the basis, pick up a Ouija board and talk to dark forces. That's the most simple way to tap in the call. Why would you tell people to go play with a Ouija board? Bro, there's some sick stories, crazy stories out there, dude. There was this one story. I played it during the summer, and give me a small book. I was playing it in I played the video in the summer. There was this dude who was like from Trinidad. They moved from Trinidad to New York City. And at the time, when they were living in New York City, I guess their parents had like a Ouija board. They used to play it at a friend's house, like I guess like every like weekend or something like that. But and then they left it at that. But I guess one day when the parents were gone, the kids started playing it in the house, and they said ever since they started playing it, that some weird things started happening, and like supernatural things started happening in the house. So much so that the whole family had to start sleeping in one room. Everybody has a collective unit had to sleep in one room because they were so petrified and scared to move outside that one room and maneuver throughout the household. And they had like a buddy system, I guess. So if you needed to use the bathroom, you would have to wake another member up in the house to use the bathroom. So it was like a two buddy system. If you go, I go. So, Edgar, it falls on you, bro. Amazon Muwe, a Bible, bro. A small book. Bro, if you have a smartphone, you could just download the Bible app and ask the Bible. And ask the Bible. But Satan is definitely real, dude. He's definitely real. But bro, there's other stories where I think it's like a TikTok story, like some black girl. There is a podcast talking about how the mark of the beast will come. Look that sharp. What? I'm not looking that up because that didn't come out my mouth. Have you heard of the term? What? The Gregor. I don't know what is that. No, I haven't heard of that term. Hold up, this computer's that's coming apart. All right. Egregious? Did you spell that right? Or did I say it wrong? What? Not egregious, no. Are you talking about egregious? Or Igor? Oh, no. No, I haven't heard that term. I guess it's a real term. Egregor? Egregor? Anyways, no, I haven't heard that term. I have not. But what we're talking about? Anyways, have you guys ever heard of the channel called Nuke's Top 5 Videos? And it's like he posts like a lot of like supernatural videos. Some of it is fake, but some of it are real. Some of them are like so compelling. Oh wait, it's on my phone. Off, I can't show you. I have a ghost video on my phone that my girl sent me, and like the story was when I was living in California, Sacramento. My girl knew I used to watch these videos called Nuke Top 5, and all they're like this paranormal videos that people send in. My girl was living here in Chicago for like the time being. She was doing like a fellowship at the time, or like a research year. And she had met up with a group of friends for dinner. And I guess the people that came to dinner were like super like shooken. And everybody's like, why are you like shaking? He's a Aussie. Yo, Striker, what? I watch Slap Ham. The Bible story, Jesus, Saint, etc., have been symbolized and worshipped so hard for so long. The astral avatars are up and inside human consciousness. What? Nah, you have watched. Don't watch alone the video. Yeah, Slap Ham is like new top 5. No, I haven't watched Slap Ham. Well, that's all the ghost stories. So my girl went out, met these people, and I guess these people were like shaking. And when everybody got there, they're like, "What happened?" They're like, "Oh, my friend who like just moved into like their home in San Francisco, been living there for a month, and they caught this crazy video while like it was like a Friday or Saturday night. They're playing this game and they're drunk and they're recording each other. And when she pans the camera, there's a figure in the hallway that's like in a dress, like an actual dress, and you see like the figure just like move into like the hallway. You see it for like 1 second, and it goes and it moves into the hallway. Legit, it's a girl wearing a dress. Like head is like super like black. Can't even see it. It's so black, and there's no legs. I was like, oh shit. And I guess they messaged like the landlord saying, hey, like we don't appreciate you letting people into our house. And like when the landlord got the text message, the landlord was like, oh shit, like she's back. And the resident, like, what do you mean she's back? Like, oh, like, I forgot to tell you that there's a ghost in these apartments. He never like disclosed that information to them. I forgot to tell you, this place is haunted. And the landlord was like, "What we can do, we can either break the lease or I could like give you like a discount." And the girl's like, "Hell no!" And they're like, "We're leaving. We are not. We're not gonna spend another second in this cursed house." So I have it on my phone. Slap Ham is like new top 5 now. Have you watched? Don't watch. I used to watch the no watch alongs, but it gets kind of crazy sometimes. It gets too fake. Gets too fake, gang. But anyways, Striker. What do you mean about the Jesus and Satan have been symbolized and worshipped for so hard for so long? Why do you say that? Why do you say that? The pre-short. What pre-short? What pre-short? I don't know what short you're talking about, bro. Trevino. Bro. You have nothing better to do than just roast, huh? Fat old peanut. A fat old peanut. Bro, you better start working on your core. You better start doing your side planks, your bird, dead bugs, bird dog. You better start doing all that before you squat, bro. You're gonna end up in a wheelchair like your idol, and you're gonna start walking for cardio, or start walking with your hands for cardio. I'm telling you, bro, a weak core. That's why your legs are shaking, bro. You're shaking under that bar, bro. You're literally shaking ass at the gym at 2 o'clock. No, that's crazy. shaking ass under the bar, bro. Like, chill. That weight's gonna crush you. You keep playing. I keep telling you to do your core work, bro. I keep telling you to do your core. That your ass is just you was clapping ass. You was twerking under that bar. You was twerking under that bar while thinking of the flowy song. 5 reps to almost 400. It don't matter. It don't matter. Your legs are shaking. Like you have weak stabilizers, bro. I have you know because you know you're stubborn and what's the word? I just learned this word today. Hold up, I'm gonna have to give you. I just learned it today. Here it is. I just learned it today. This is what you are, because you're stubborn, because you're not filled with the Holy Spirit. So that's why you're stubborn. I heard that. Almost the word right here. Ob obduracy. That's the word. Obduracy. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Cause you's a clown. Obduracy. That's what you are. You an obduracy clown. That's what you are. That's what you are. Bro, you know your stabilizers. I'm gonna just give you game. So your stabilizers in your hips and shoulders. It's what keeps you injury free. Your stabilizers are what allow you to open up your hips and point your legs out this way. Your stabilizers allow for your knee to track over your toes properly so you don't have knee valgus. You shaking under that bar when your legs are trying to go this way, that's not a good sign, bro. Like you need to one of these days where you're gonna be under that bar and you keep increasing weight without working on your stabilizers, your shit is gonna pop. I got hit. I didn't snap my leg. Somebody hit me. The Bible thinks he's the Pope. Trevino, bro. I don't know what to do in you, bro. You have 9 cats. You have 9 cats and you're single and you're like 45. You're 45 still coming out here trolling people. And then when people try to give you game, you think people are trying to like talk down on you. It's crazy. You don't have a college degree. You barely finished probably high school. You have like 3 braids left. You have braids that have no like hang time. Your beard looks like Brillo pads. No, it doesn't. It doesn't look like Brillo pad. It looks like Velcro. You have, like I said, you could say what you want. You have no college degree. You're 45, still trolling people on YouTube Live. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's like you know what you're a rabid dog. Like you're like a pig playing, and you're a pig playing in his vomit. That's what you are. A pig playing in his vomit. Snaps his leg. A fat person like you tried to run me over. That's what happened. Mm, it's crazy. Trevino's 45, bro. Still trolling people on Instagram Live. Still asking 13-year-olds if they have a hairy coochie. Like it's crazy, bro. You're dude. I'm telling you, bro. You better stop. You better cut that shit out. You better cut that shit out. And then you over here hitting people, hitting runs. Yo, hit and runs, my guy. Driving with no insurance. Hit and runs. Yo, that's next level. Asking girls in the gym. Yo, hit and runs though, and then throwing the weed out, running from cops. Wearing Shaquille O'Neal sneakers to the gym. Grown ass man, bro. Yo, grown ass man, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. Your neighbors almost killed your cats. Slapped the beer bottles out your hand. You still live in apartments. 45. 45 is yo, chat. By the way, he's 45. He's 45, chat. He's 45. He says he's a Christian, but every girl that comes in the chat, he asks if their coochie's hairy. But he's a Christian, chat. He's a Christian. Reno's a Christian. It's crazy. That's crazy. But I'm not even gonna talk about that no more. I'm not even about to engage with stupidity. Obduracy. Look it up. Obduracy. Look it up, Trevino. That's what you are. That's crazy. Saying I want to look at beautiful women. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with looking at beautiful women. There is something wrong with you asking a 13-year-old girl if her pussy's, if her coochie's hairy. That's only people who do that are Muslims. Only people who do that is Muslims. You smoking weed, driving while under the influence is very satanic. So what are you talking about? You eating Big Macs? Big Macs with the supersized fries on the side and the Oreo McFlurries is satanic. That is satanic. You need to repent. You guys need to repent of your sin, and you guys need to come and follow Christ. That's what you guys need to do. Can you shout me out? No. I'm not shouting you out, Goofy. I'm not shouting you out, Goofy boy. Are you mean? I am not mean. But why would I shout you out? Jack McKay. Why would I shout you out? Being rude. What a nice Christian. KSI forehead. That's pretty funny, but it's not funny though. KSI forehead is crazy. You know, it's so crazy. Social media has made it like easy to talk trash. Like no, social media has made it okay to talk trash. Cause like these things, these comments you guys come on here and just say, dude, you guys will get smacked in the mouth. Like straight up. You guys hide behind a phone screen. You guys say all the things you want. But in real life, you have to like bite your tongue because you guys really get smacked in the mouth. That's what social media has done. It made it like okay with like talking trash to people. Like you guys would get destroyed. Like this Jack kid, I could tell he's a kid because you still watch KSI videos. It's crazy. You know what's crazy though? You know in the Bible there was kids calling Elijah Baldy, 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 and he was a prophet of God. You know what he did? He cursed them for calling him Baldy. These teenage kids. True story. He cursed them. You know what happened next? Bears came out the wood and they mauled these small boys. For calling him Baldy, he cursed them. You guys ever heard that story? I'll bring it up. I'll tell you right now. Elisha curses boys. Uh, it's in 2 Kings 20. In 2 Kings 2:23 to 4. I'll read it right now. It says the prophet Elisha was mocked by a large group of young men, often identified as older teenagers or young adults, not small children, who shouted, "Go up, you bald head!" A taunt against his authority and the ascension of his predecessor, Elijah. Elisha cursed them in the name of the Lord, resulting in 2 female bear attacking and mauling 42 of them. And I literally just read it for you. It's in the book of Kings. Kings 2:23 to 24. It's not funny because a lot of you guys say a lot of dumb shit on here and you guys know who you're talking to. You guys could be talking to like a prophet of God and he could curse you and things like that could happen to you. 2 female bears mauled 42 of them for calling a prophet of God baldy. It was a taunt. And they thought it was just being funny. You know, the funny thing is you spell prophet wrong, you idiot. And you know, for spelling prophet wrong, here it goes. I gotta kick you. I gotta kick you for that. I gotta kick you for that. I'm sorry, I had to get him out of here. I had to get Trevino out of here. He's a mosquito. And pretty soon I'm gonna stop entertaining him because he's just a mosquito. Kings and 2 Kings, Kings 2:23. No, yeah. But oh, he got nothing to say. He ain't got nothing to say. You know what? Let's Ain't got nothing to say. Oh, yo, Mue, are you still in here? Mue, are you still in here? Yo, so look, remember that? Remember how I said Jesus walks on water, and that confirms that he is God in the Old Testament? Because in the Old Testament, they don't mention the name Jesus in the Old Testament. They say God or Yahweh, like and other names. And there's only like certain attributes that God can do, and one was walking on water. Well, a lot of Muslims say that nobody worshipped him as God. But in this passage, it says they worshipped him and they called him the Son of God when he came into the boat. So when Jesus, anyways, it says Jesus walks on water, immediately Jesus made the disciples get into the boat and go ahead of him to the other side. When he dismissed the crowd, after he had dismissed them, he went up to the mountainside by himself to pray. Later that night, he was there alone, and the boat was already a considerable distance from land, buffeted by the waves because the wind was against them. Shortly before dawn, Jesus went out to them, walking on the lake. When the disciples saw him walking on the lake, they were terrified. "It's a ghost," they said, and cried out in fear. But Jesus immediately said to them, "Take courage, it is I. Don't be afraid." "Lord, if it's you," Peter replied, "tell me to come to you on the water." "Come," he said. Then Peter got down out the boat, walked on water, and came towards Jesus. But when he saw the wind, he was afraid and beginning to sink, cried out, "Lord, save me." Immediately Jesus reached out his hand and caught him. "You of little faith," he said, "why did you doubt?" And when he climbed into the boat, the wind died down. So no, what is this? What version is this? Oh, no. Then those who were in the boat worshipped him, saying, "Truly, it says, then those who were in the boat worshipped him, saying, 'Truly, you are the Son of God.'" Hold on, I'm gonna look at a different version because he also rebukes the wind. That's another thing, that another attribute that only God can do is rebuke the weather. Let me see if this is this version. It's Matthews. Christianity in Iraq is the foundation. Yo, it's Myra. What's up, Myra? It's definitely not in Iraq. Christianity in Iraq's not the foundation. It's definitely that satanic Islam. That's hold on. Let me look. I'm gonna look at let me look it up. In the Old Testament, only God and hold on, over. No. I said I would have to like write all these down and tell you guys. But anyways, like one of the attributes is like God. Only God in the Old Testament has control over nature. So when God gets in the boat and he rebukes the wind and tells it to be calm, it immediately like ceases. So by him Jesus doing that tells you that he is God. By him doing that alone tells you that he is God. What creature or man has authority over the wind or has authority over the seas? Remember me, Edgar? Yo, it's Myra. No. I don't remember you. Myra. You have to refresh my memory. All right, dude. How to get his goofy behind out of here. Good luck, Trevino in Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas. Yeah, goodbye. Goodbye. I'm like a fat bologna sandwich. Get out of here. I'm done with the trolling, bro. It gets old. Are you a Catholic? No, I'm not a Catholic. I'm not. I'm a follower of Christ. That's what I am. A Christian. A follower of Jesus. That's what I am. I'm not any denomination. That's what I am. Yeah, dude, you like I said, just read. You have to read the Old Testament before you go into the New Testament because if you just read the New Testament, you're not gonna understand what's going on. You have to read the Old Testament so you realize who God is. Who is God? Who is God? And then you read the New Testament. And everything that Jesus is doing in the New Testament reveals that he is the God of the Old Testament. That makes sense? Oh, that makes sense? So that's what you got to do, bro. That's what you got to do. I know, but where you live at, I want a savior. Yo, like I don't know if you're for real or not, but try this, bro. You know what was so funny is sin. When you engage in like sinful pleasures of the world, it feels like freedom. When you engage in sinful pleasures in the world, it feels like freedom until you try to stop until you try to stop sinning and stop indulging in earthly pleasures, is when it hits you that you cannot stop, that you're addicted, and that you're really a slave to sin. That's when you realize. That's when you realize that you are a slave. When you try to stop sinning and you cannot stop. I have some friends who smoke weed every day. They cannot stop smoking weed. They're a slave to their sinful behaviors. A slave. Slave to pornography. A slave to masturbation. A slave to gambling. Go ahead and try to stop doing that. See what happens. Go ahead, just try that experiment. Just try that. And when you try to stop by your lonesome, that's when you're gonna realize that you need Christ more than you think in this life. Because he comes, he wants to give you freedom. And he's gonna break the chains off your addiction. Whatever vices that you guys have. He wants to set you free. Go ahead, bro. Just try that. That'll be a good starting point, and then you'll realize, like, damn, I cannot stop this. I thought it was freedom because I'm doing what I want, and it's like, no, you're not doing what you want. You're literally being manipulated and controlled and you're being ran by a demonic spirit, and he's controlling you, and you're being led by the flesh, by a spirit of death. Bro, quick story, bro. I knew I was a slave, bro, when I in college, when I was like watching porn. I was like, damn, I need to stop doing this. I didn't know anything about God. Didn't know anything about Christ. I was like, dude, I think I came to like the realization, like, I need to stop. I feel like this is like hampering me. And I feel like this is a bad habit, and I'm gonna just try to stop. Bro, when I tried to stop and I realized, like, oh shit, dude, I can't stop. I cannot stop this. Oh shit, like, oh, and then I realized it was like an addiction, and I couldn't stop it, and I felt like I was a slave to it, almost like I needed it. I was like, oh wow, this is what it feels like. But when you're doing it, when you're engaging in it, it feels normal. Until you try to stop. And then you realize, like, you really don't have any freedom. You don't have freedom. Because this addiction, you need to do this addiction. And it's giving you a lower quality of life. But once you break free from it, bro, and then you really have true freedom. True freedom. You're no longer carrying this baggage with you. But yeah. Yo. Mo, are you still there? Are you still there? Whew. Bro, dude, just try that. Just try that. Try to abstain from your sin, which is pornography and like masturbation. Just if you just stop that, stop for like 2 weeks. Try to go out for 2 weeks. God will meet you where you at. If you abstain from your sin, because sin separates you from God, right? If you just stop that for 2 weeks and cry out to God, He'll meet you where you're at. And you'll watch like the transformation, bro. God will encounter you in such a powerful way, bro, that you're gonna think that you're going crazy. I'm not even lying. You're gonna think that you're going crazy. When you stop sinning and stop rebelling, God will meet you. He'll start to change your heart in a way where you think you need to talk to a psychiatrist. Because the things that you used to like doing in the world, you find no meaning and no pleasure in doing so anymore. And that's like the weirdest thing, especially if you don't know God and you're going through like this transformation. God is changing your heart. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be like almost, it's gonna feel like an uphill battle. Like nobody knows what the hell I'm going through, but it's biblical, dude. It's a weird process. Because that's how my process was. I stopped doing that, and God encountered me. I remember having this conversation with a friend of mine, dude. I was like, dude, I feel like I had true freedom. Having true freedom in Christ. Dude, people are. I'm telling you, people are gonna think you're going crazy. That's another. People around you, like we have friends who are still engaging in like sinful behaviors. When your God starts changing your heart, people are gonna think you're crazy. People are gonna think you're crazy. Like, what's wrong with this dude? Good, they're gonna think you're crazy because you no longer indulge in like the sinful pleasures of the world. They're gonna literally, your family is gonna disown you. Your friends are gonna disown you. Yo, it's a crazy process. But the Bible said God is the refiner. He is the refiner of silver. That's what they say God is. You know, the process to refine silver is a very complex process. Refining silver. I'm gonna put a refiner bull silver in the Bible. It says in Malachi 3:3, God describes God as a refiner and purifier of silver, a metaphor for spiritual purification. The process involves placing silver in the hottest part of the fire to remove impurities, with the silversmith watching closely until they can see their reflection. Symbolizes the completion of purification. Yo, that's crazy. This is why, dude, the wisdom of God is so nice. They say we are made in the image of God. And the Old Testament says God is the refiner and purifier of silver. So in the process, look, God refines you to a way until where He sees His image inside of you. Involves placing silver in the hottest part of a fire to remove impurities with a silversmith watching closely until they can see their reflection. They can see their reflection in the silver. When they see the reflection in the silver, they know. The refiner's position, the Lord says to watch the refining process closely, ensuring the silver is not left in the fire too long. The process removes dross, representing sin like pride, fear, and anger, to make the silver pure, the completion. The silver is considered fully refined when the refiner sees their own image reflected in it. the significance of it. The process indicates that God is present during difficult times, the fire to purify, not punish his people. Oh, I remember this. I looked it up. Yo, that's crazy. Wow, dude. Oh, Malachi 3:3. Malachi 3:3. I don't know that dude. That verse has hit me hard just now. I ain't gonna lie, that verse has hit me hard. Uh, he refines you until he sees his reflection in silver, and you are the silver, and he refines you until he sees his image, his own image. Yo, that's crazy. Yo, you hear that? Malachi 3:3. Yeah. Yo, did you hear that? I gotta write this down if I forget it. Malachi 3:3. Oh, another thing, dude. When I was engaging in sinful pleasures in the world, like the pornography, dude, I never had a wet dream until I came to Christ and I came to the Lord. I started having a lot of wet dreams. I started having sexual nightmares. A lot actually. Like it was like on a day-to-day basis. Just having nightmare like sexual nightmares. But I never had it when I was engaging in sin. Never had them. But I think I'm about to get off. I'm about to get off. Ugh. I'm about to get off. I don't know, dude. I'm about to get off, and I have to make some calls real quick. All right, bro.